Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, we're going to talk about these men. And I want you to beware of these men, these new age men. That's what we're going to call them, new age men. Because men today are much different from the way they used to be. And what I mean by that, I mean that men before this new age came up, men were more masculine. Let's say that they're more masculine. They did manly things. They dressed in a manly way. If anything needed to be lifted, the men did it. But today, I find men are becoming more feminine than masculine. And I'll say that because, the industry has a lot to do with that. Men's clothing is looking more feminine, is tighter, showing their shape more, and men are, their underwear is more colorful, more like women's when they used to be just a plain white or black or whatever. Things like that. Men are wearing more jewelry when it was usually the women that did that. Now men are doing it. And I've even seen men come out with skirts on. The industry is making skirts for men to wear. They're making the men more of a unisex kind of creature. And, because men are having sex with each other too, that doesn't help matters. But it's not good for women. It's not good for women, especially if you're out there and you want a man. How do you navigate through that when most men out here, I'll say most men out here are influenced with this new age propaganda. And part of that new age propaganda is not just the clothes, it's a behavior. It's a behavior. And they are not treating women with respect anymore. They treat women like we're like, an afterthought now. Now that they're having sex with each other, they don't feel like they need a woman for that. You understand? So there is a transformation going on. But women, that's why I talk to you. And about you taking back your power. Now is the time to do that. So you don't get swept up in this nonsense that's going on today. I'm telling you that the spirit of today is more trying to go unisex. No female, no male, just one sex. Everybody having sex with each other, doesn't matter. You see? That's wrong. The universe did not plan for that to be. That's an abomination that's happening right now. It's evil. And women, what do you do in a case like this? Number one, continue to be your own success in life. Continue to have your own income, your own home, your own cars, your own everything that you feel like will make you happy in this life. You shoot for it yourself. Don't look for a man to provide it for you. Because the way things are going, he's not trying to do it anyway anymore. Those days are slowly drifting away. Now, you may be fortunate enough to find a man that will really be a man for you. What you have in your mind that a man should be, you may be fortunate enough to find that person. But the way things are going today, it may be more difficult to find that, only because men are acting more like women than ever before. Men are wanting the women, to take care of them. Take care of them. Pay their way. You understand? Provide for them. Provide them a place to stay, a car to drive, clothes to wear, all of that. You see? They're wanting the women to take up the man's role. Listen, we can take care of ourselves. What do we need to take care of them for? We can take care of ourselves. You see, men are trying to make us believe that they are the prize. They are the big prize that women need to capture. See, what they're doing is trying to flip the roles. Flip the roles. The men are the ones who search and hunt for women, not the other way around. Women are not here to search or to find or to hunt for men. Period. And I'm telling you, the way that it is today, you might not even want what's out there today. You may not even want that. That's why it's so important for you to build a life for yourself. Build a life for yourself. Don't come out of the gate thinking that you're going to find some husband to do that for you or to do that with you. You understand? Because you young, you may meet him in college or whatever. You understand? And you decide y'all going to make a life together and you're going to do all that. I'm married, right out of college. I met him in college, thought we were going to have a beautiful life. Not so. It didn't work out like that. Because number one, I didn't really take time to know the person. That's why I always tell women, take your time to know these people. Take your time. Take it very, very, very slow. You see, the man, when he meets you, all he's thinking about is sex. As if, if she's the one I want to have sex with, that's all he's thinking. He's not thinking past that. He's not thinking, oh, she's nice. Maybe I'll, try to get to know her and see where it goes. No, they're thinking about sex right off, especially in today's society. You see? But who knows? When he meets your brother, he may be thinking the same thing. Having sex. The way the things are going today. That's why, ladies, you need to take your time with these people. Take your time with these people. Men are not viewing women the way they used to. Number one, because of the gay agenda, a lot of men are deciding, I'm tired of being in the closet and I'm just going to be gay. Okay, so that's going to take a lot of men just off the market. If they decide they're going to be straight up gay, that's going to take a lot of them out of the market. And we're hoping that the ones that are DL will do that. Just come out and say you're straight up gay and just do that. Now, you know what? One thing I want to say about that GL man. because I did run across some information the other day that was a little startling about them. The information I ran across was that DL, narcissist men, don't consider themselves as gay because they are only with men for supply. And supply is supply is supply, whether it's from a woman or a man, or this same person said, or from a different breed, which means animals. It's supply, which blew my mind, because that's a whole different area to think about. Whole different area. You see? And it's scary to think that the narcissist DL man will go that way. But if they're looking at everybody like supply and everything that has a hole in it as supply, that's a scary thing. You can see right off that's evil. That's evil. You see? But these are men. These are men out there, and they're out there, trying to look presentable. Of course, the men today, if you notice, they look more feminine. Their suits are very tight. They don't have on any socks. Yeah. And the way that they present themselves is more feminine than masculine. Even the ones who come out with no shirt on and they got the muscles, if you look at it, it's still feminine. It doesn't feel masculine at all. So where does that leave us? Do we want to hook up with another woman or a man? Women, think about that. You hook up with these men and you can't even get in the bathroom because he's in there doing his face and his hair and making sure he's all that. You see, because he's still on the market. He's still on. These men, these new age men, they don't consider themselves ever off the market, even if they marry you. They don't consider themselves off the market. You see? To them, nothing has really changed except they have a servant. They have you, to take care of them, to take care of whatever their needs are. You see, that's what's different with the men today. And I'm not talking about all men, but most men are being groomed this way. Not to respect women, not to care for women, or none of that. You see? That's why I tell women to take care and love yourself. But I don't know about that, because when I was with my DL man, I could tell he did not like women, period. He hated women. He was a narcissist and he hated women. So he was only with women to cover up that he was secretly sleeping with men, and also to destroy women, and to use them up and all of that. So that's the other thing you got to be careful of. So it's a difficult path to navigate when there's so much evil in the world today. You see, and you're trying to find something good in this haystack of evil. And I tell you, women, it's not easy to find. And please don't think, that you're going to run off to church and find him. Believe me, the same men are men, no matter where you find them or where you see them or whatever they're doing. they still all have the same thing on their mind. There are some, I believe, there are some good men still out there. And these are men that have the old-fashioned ways. You know, they were taught by their grandpa and their father, and it just went generations. And this is the way they kind of kept it in the family. But unfortunately, a lot of these new age men, I heard one guy talking about they were raised by their mothers. That wasn't it. No, that's not it. Many of them were raised in dysfunctional homes with the mother and the father there. You see? They were raised around all sorts of abuse and things like that. Now, some of these men, and I'll say that, they're on the DL, especially if they went to prison for some time. Yeah. Well, you know that they're changed women. And I'm trying to tell you that this is the new age. This is a lot of our men are going to prison for one thing or another, staying there a couple of years. When they come out, they're going to act like they're heterosexual. But because that they have been dealing that way with other men in prison, it's going to be hard for them to break that because they've been used to it. It's going to be hard for them to break it totally. You understand? Now, here you are. They're looking at you. That men, I believe that men are kind of looking at women like somebody to kind of take care of them. That's all I see. Because in these new age men, I don't see the love and the caring and the protecting and the professing who you are to them. You know what? It's been a long time since I heard a man introduce a woman, say, yeah, this is my girlfriend, so-and-so. They just come up and say, oh, yeah, this is so-and-so. Now, you might have been dating this man for a while. And 9 times out of 10, you've already had sex with him. And he just introduced you just like, you see, nobody special. Nobody special. That's how the men are treating women today and women. I'm saying you don't have to take that. You don't have to take that. You don't have to need a man, period. You don't have to need him. You can want a man, which is different, but it gives you an opportunity to pick and choose. Take your time. There's no hurry. When you feel like you need him, then you feel hurried. Your time is running out. Your time is running out. You see? In today's society, the way that things are going, women, you just need to protect yourself. Because you cannot rely on the men to do it. They're not groomed to protect you anymore. You have to do it for yourself. You see? And you got to make sure that you can support yourself financially. Because even if a man starts out telling you, you just stay home while I work, I can do all this. Okay. So you stay home doing nothing, watching TV or doing your nails or whatever you do. Then the man, he decides that he wants to dump you and go marry his girlfriend that he's been cheating with all along. Now, where does that leave you? You got no skills. You got nothing to fall back on. You got no money. You got to start from scratch. You see? Women, don't put yourself in that position. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. We cannot rely on men anymore. If you're lucky enough to get a good man that does all those things for you, still have yours. Still have your safeguard on somewhere else that he knows nothing about. Still have that. Because you never know. You never know. So I'm hoping that you women understand that men are not viewing us the way that they used to. And we should not be viewing them the way that we used to. We need to have our eyes open and not be taken in by the visual. That's what men do. Men are taken in by what they visually see. Women, what we're going to do, we're going to use our intelligence here. We're going to put on our thinking caps. When these men approach you, the first thing you ought to be thinking, now what does he want? Because that's the only reason he approached you. Because he saw something that he wanted from you. Okay? So you need to be careful. You need to be careful. If you're a younger woman, he's looking for sex. If you're an older woman, he's looking for some security. You understand? If you're an older woman, I don't care how old he is. Same thing. He's looking for some sort of security. You know, whether he looking for somebody to take care of him in his old age or to be with him or, you know, and if he talk about marriage, I wouldn't. You signing up to be his slave then. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it, not with the knowledge that I have now. You know, I've been there, done that twice. I know better. You see? But there are women out here who still, you know, believe in the fantasy, in the dream of it all, you know. And even women who have stayed with their husbands for 50 some years doesn't mean that it was a happy 50 years. It doesn't mean that. You see? Because remember, there was a time when women believed, you know, their wedding vows, you stay until death. And especially if they were religious people, that's what they believe. You stay there until death. No matter if he's beating your behind every day or what, you still got to stick it out. You see, because you made that promise. But women, I just wanted to make this video so that women would be aware and be on guard, because men are still taking advantage of you every day. Every day with their little smooth talking. You know, don't fall for that nonsense. Pull your energy back and work on yourself. You'll be so amazed at the things that you can accomplish if you did that. Quit spending all your time, you know, chasing after him and trying to see who he's with and what woman is he looking at and all that kind of stuff. Take all of that energy back to yourself and build yourself up. You see, don't care what he does. And I'm going to tell you, when men see women doing that and concentrating on yourself and not worrying about them, they're going to step back and say, well, wait a minute. Maybe we would like to have a woman. And to get us, they would definitely have to come correct, or we're not going to entertain them. You understand? But you got to put yourself in that position to do that. You got to have your power to be able to stand up and do that. So, women, I hope that I've said something in this video that can really help someone. And I thank you again for leaving those wonderful comments and watching this video. I wish you all well and happiness, and I hope to see you next time.